Welcome to the Hecker Family Homestead. I'm Jim, and today I am fixing a light sconce. I don't know, one of these little light things on the wall. We are on day 4, I believe, in our new home. Missed a couple projects because it's just crazy moving into a place. Fixed this puppy the other day. That guy right there was leaking. Was able to just tighten this whole area right here and no more leaking. And now we have a washer and dryer, which is awesome. Super awesome. So today is this. Oh yeah, took these off the wall and I have already checked to make sure they are not live. How have I checked? Well, I used to have this handy dandy tool right here. I loved this tool. I don't know what it's called. It's this thing. And what it does is tells you when it senses electricity. Lights up, flashes red, does a whole thing, right? Like that. Yeah, but it's not working. I think somewhere in transit it must have got knocked or banged around because it's sensing electricity everywhere, all over the place. That's no good. It used to be I could just like touch something and if it was turned on it would flash, and if it wasn't it wouldn't, right? But it's broken. So I had to really quickly watch a couple YouTube videos on how to use a analog multimeter. Long story short, you crank it to 250 volts on your AC. And if you have exposed wire, you put one on one and another on another. And if you get no response, that's a good sign. In fact, it should kind of look like this. Now, why 250 volts? Because you want it to exceed the actual voltage. And we're at 110 here. And because we're at 110, we don't want to put it on 50. That could damage your multimeter, from what I hear. So we put it at 250, we plug it in, we see no response. And yes, I've tested my multimeter first, so I know that it works. And then you do the same thing here. Hey, do you want to be a camera girl?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. Hold that. Watch your fingers, watch your fingers. So, I'm going to go red on the white exposed wire, black on the black exposed wire, and again, I have no response on my meter, so good sign. Now, how do I know it works? Well, I can switch it over to my ohms, put it on the lowest setting, touch them together, and I get a full response. What does the ohms mean? It means I've completed a circuit or completed a loop so that electricity could flow through this. Not really a class on this today, but there we go. So I know this is dead. Or not dead. I know that it is not a live wire at the moment and is safe for me to go ahead and work on. So I'm going to do that now. Wow, you really zoomed in and listened. So here's a great example of why you should always check your supplies before you begin. We're switching this over today, is this light was a little wonky. Okay, it was kind of on and off, and then eventually the light blew, so I thought, let me take that out. And this particular one, the reason for this is the handle portion was busted out. So I thought I'd take them both off the wall, take a look, and replace each. However, and with the provided new one here, that the previous homeowner left. Oh, and that glass on this old one was busted. So replace the glass, replace the inner portion out and rewire it over there, hoping that that'll work and get that one working nicely and see if that will fix. Anyways, part the two out with the one and get it to work. Anyways, so here's the new one, which you can see is a different color. All right, whatever, not the end of the world. I'm really just using the parts anyways. about those parts? I don't have the knob or dial or whatever that little portion there is to turn it on and off. So this was just a giant waste of my time, and I unhooked these lights for no apparent reason, and now have to drive into town and go start this project all over again. So to be completed another time after I properly check my supplies. Lucky minor success story here. So it wasn't a complete waste of time. I was able to tighten this up. So yeah, the glass is kind of floating on there and held with the light bulb, but as far as this portion itself, it was really buggy and it would flicker on and off. I was able to get in there and tighten the wires in, so this one now works perfect. As for the one with the missing piece that I was really relying on, that the lamp that they left, the previous homeowner left, well, I don't have it. But what I was able to do was stick a plastic screwdriver in there and turn it, and that allows me to turn it on and off. Probably the worst thing in the world to do with electric devices, but it works for now until I decide that I want to go all the way into town and get the part that I need. So in the meantime, calling that a win, and that's working, so But this is Jim for the Hecker Family Homestead. Hope you have a great... What's that, Jimmy?
Please like and subscribe.
Hold on.
Please like and subscribe.